something.
When?
Right now.
Do you want to say who I am or what?
You can say I'm Stan Lee and I'm in the Dickies and this is our best song and this is one that made it all rich and famous or something. Go ahead.
Golly. This is Stan Lee and this is the song that made us all stinking rich billionaires.
What's up, Vinyl community? It's Bruce, Punk's Not Dead. Getting squatchy on a Saturday night. I'm gonna do a Vinyl Finds Night impromptu video. Had a shitty week at work, and I just want to show some records, stuff I've bought recently, the past few months, some of the summer, some LPs, some singles. Let's get into it. First off, I want to show my Dickies collection. I've been buying all the singles up. First up, 10-inch, Paranoid 10-inch, the first released by them. Excuse me, white vinyl. We're gonna go down the list here. Next up, Paranoid, I'm Okay, You're Okay, European, UK press, clear vinyl. Eve of Destruction and Doggy Doo on a beautiful My Daughters Love, this pink vinyl. It's Daddy's coolest record lately. Gotta do it for the girls, baby. Then we're gonna get into Give It Back, You Drive Me Ape on the B-side. This is also on white vinyl. I love how the Dickies did all their stuff on color, especially the singles. Well, even the LPs, yellow on Incredible Shrinking, and then Donna Dickies was on black and blue in the UK. I need to get that someday, but I have the American copies. Next up, we have Silent Night, also white vinyl. I showed this one in another video, but I'm showing all of them. So again, Banana Splits. This is on yellow, of course, because what color are nanners? Good stuff. And Nights in White Satin with Water Slide on the B. Also white vinyl. From the second record, Manny Moe and Jack, She Loves Me Not, black vinyl, but Stan Lee, Leonard Graves autographs there. Nice tire tracks, it's a cool cover. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. 1,000 times in the back. And then we got Fan Mail on red wax with Stuck in a Pagoda with Trisha Toyota, which is probably one of my favorite Dickies songs of all time. Finally, Gigantor. And this is on yellow wax as well. Good stuff there. So that's all the 70s and early 80s Dickies singles and 110-inch. Also got the Rattlers on the Beach. This is Mickey Lee, Joey Ramone's younger brother's band. This came out in 80. They released a full length. I think it was called Rattled in 85. I have that as well, an LP. Good stuff. Power pop, punk, new wavy. It's all good. A shirt, Blind Rage Records, local Dayton shop. These next records I bought there. Johnny Thunder's LMAF live at the Village Gate, 1977. Good stuff. Another live record, 999. The biggest tour in sport. Play off the biggest prize in sport, an album they released. This got Homicide, Filling Art, The Crew, Inside Out, Tannic Reaction, Emergency, and Boys in the Gang. Pretty good. Another one I bought, some live records. This is a France import. Dead Boys, Young, Loud, and Snottier. Yo! More balls than the original. A little bit of Bush there. Not 16 Stone from the 90s, but you get it. Don't take this down, YouTube. It's just pubes. Alright, gonna move on to Canada now. Been looking for these two records for a long time. Finally went ahead and paid and got them. The Forgotten Rebels, In Love with the System. This is really cool. This is Canadian 1980 Star Records. My favorite by them is their next record. This Ain't Hollywood, Forgotten Rebels. This album's great. This is good all the way through. The first record's good, but for me, 1982's This Ain't Hollywood's the better release. Finally picked this up, so I got the Forgotten Rebels 2 LPs that matter in my opinion. Happy to get those. Paid a little bit for them, but glad I got them. Got some more Canadian releases. The Diodes, I believe this is their third record. This also came out in 80, I believe. Yes. On Orient Records. Not as good as the earlier stuff, but still worth having. I got this for a good price. Still in Canada. Teenage Heads. They had to change it because the label MCA Records out of America did not like the connotation of blowjobs. This is just a mini LP. Worth having. Again, not as good as the early stuff, but for the price I got this for, well worth it. Glad to have it in the collection. Next, got a little 7-inch. Recommended by one of the fellow VC men. The Cads. Do the Crab Walk. Pretty cool stuff from Canada, out of Toronto area, I believe. More artsy punk scene, according to the next fella, who was kind enough to send your boy a VCLT. So thank you, Mike, from Uncommon Palor. You're a gentleman. I think of you highly. You're part of the Squatch Club. Thank you, brother. These next 4 records Mike sent me along with some pens and some stickers of his bands that he's been in. Very cool. Couldn't be happy with it. Much love. Mike. He sent me the first Edemics, a self-titled record from 1980 on Hypnotic and Intercan Records. Been watching this in my want list for a long time. Wasn't popping up in the States. Well, get it from the source, folks. Thank you, Mike. He also sent me 3 other LPs. Band called Fictions. Now, I haven't heard of any of these bands, but I'm looking forward to checking them out. Band called Fictions, also on Hypnotic. BB Gabor, I believe he said was a Hungarian import to Canada. He had a little solo career, unfortunately committed suicide at some point. Again, more new wavy, artsy, post-punky, whatever. And then these dapper gents, the Drastic Measures. This is on Columbia. This is actually a major label release here, so that's cool. So yeah, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, man. Look forward to listening to this stuff. Alright, now gonna go over and seas here to the UK. Picked up some other singles. Like I said, this was impromptu, so I just kind of got stuff scattered. Picked up a couple 7s over there. Let's see. The Skids, Charade. Virgin label, UK press. Another Skids. Working for the Yankee Dollar. This is actually a gatefold 7, which is pretty neat. It's got 2 7s in it, 4 sides. Pretty neat. From what I understand, the dude from the Skids went on to form Big Country. I think that's what Wikipedia said. It's pretty neat. Surprising how many of those bands started off in punk rock. And of course, no introduction for these guys. Babylon's Burning 7-inch. I've talked about the Ruts before on this channel. And then the other single from that record, Something That I Said. Give Youth a Chance is on the B-side of this, and the B-side of this one is Society. All killer tracks from a killer band and a great LP, the Ruts. I also finally picked up something I've been trying to get for a while, because to buy these all original would cost me well over $1,000, and I don't have that kind of money. I'm blue collar, and this is what I can afford. So here we go. The Damn Stiff Singles, 1976 to 77. These are exact replicas of the originals, but obviously they're a reissue box set. Comes with a cool little Damn patch from the, I believe that's a Stretcher Case skull. You got New Rose. Neat, neat, neat. Problem Child. Take My Money. This one is, that's Don't Cry Wolf. Both those from the second record. And then Stretcher Case. Stretcher Case Baby, excuse me. And that one, yeah. Sick of Being Sick. B-side. So yeah, cool little box set. Fun stuff. Couple more, man. I also picked this up at Blind Rage Records in Dayton, Ohio. Original pressing of the Defects. Defective Breakdown. This came out in 1982. Cool stuff. Tell me that dude doesn't look kind of like a Joe Strummer doppelganger from 77, 78. Yeah. Cool. Original enter. Lyric sheet. Good album. Happy to have it. Funny thing is, I bought a reissue of this like a month before I found this in my friend's shop, so now I got one of each, whatever. And finally, a record I've talked about, a band I've talked about, and I finally popped on this. It's been 2 years since I've been watching this record. I finally bought the Moondogs full-length LP from Germany that was only issued in Germany on 1981. It's got Who's Gonna Tell Mary, the single that I showed a couple videos back. The versions of stuff, if it was released on a single, the versions that are on this record are different, and in my opinion, not as good. And a lot of times that happened when bands would re-record a single for their album. They tended to not have that rawness. They didn't have the, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but something's not as good about this version. But still a killer song. This is not a bad record at all. I'm really happy to have this, and I didn't pay horrible amount for it. Shipping is really where it gets you, but anyway, okay, that's the vinyl finds for today. VCLT from Canada. Thanks everybody, appreciate you guys. Much love. I'll probably post another video next week. So take care, have a fun Saturday night.